What's up, man? Let me take you for a little spin, man. Show you what it feel like.
I gotta go make these drop-offs.
Man, you think you're the only one out here working, B?
I gotta make drop-offs too,
B. Come on, man, get in, man. I ain't taking no for an answer, man.
Come on, man, get in. I'm not taking no for an answer. It's season 2 of the No Cap Podcast with me, your host, SaloHommie Moe. Thank you for listening. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to make a quick few announcements. I want to announce my new guest host that might be appearing on some No Cap podcasts here and there. He goes by the name of Prince Salo. He's a few weeks old. He was born December 23rd. He's my son. So if you happen to hear him in the background, moving around, crying or anything, you know, that's just him getting his no cap opinion on what the fuck going on. So you hear some baby talk, that's just Prince giving his 2 cents. But welcome to season 2 of the No Cap Podcast. I'm your host, SaloHommie Moe. Thank you for listening. Before we get into today's episode, I need you all to do me a small favor. However you may be listening to my podcast, make sure you subscribe and download so you can listen to my podcast when you ain't got shit else to do. So, I'm just glad to be back on the mic, so we're gonna get right to it. Mayor Longfoot gotta go, plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? Now, me personally, when the mayoral races first started, I had, you know what I'm saying, my personal preferences were Chuy Garcia and Willie Wilson for mayor, but that didn't happen. And I understand why it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Lori Lightfoot had a lot of stuff going for her, just as far as the progressiveness of the city is going. You know what I'm saying? She's black, she's a woman, and she's gay. So it's like she had all that going for her. So it's like it was basically her race to lose. You know what I'm saying? And with the mayor that we had on with Rahm Emanuel on his way out, it was like a lot of people felt like anything was better than that. So it was a lot of other reasons that helped her get into the office other than her boots on the ground work, because I never really seen her boots on the ground before she ran for mayor. Like, I don't know nothing about her before she ran for mayor of Chicago. Lori Lightfoot, you know what I'm saying? She a nice lady. This not a diss track, you know what I'm saying? It's just what the city needs, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing getting done. You know what I'm saying? It's getting worse. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never trying to put nobody out of a job, but when you're not doing good at your job, you know what I'm saying, what happens? So, and no cap, she has been boots on the ground, and you see her on the streets, but ain't nothing changing. There's no reform happening. Not only do the city of Chicago need a police reform, we need a mayoral reform, because we steady getting like the crooked, on the fence ass politicians, you know what I'm saying? And even when, you know what I'm saying, they supposed to be like the progressive, you know what I'm saying, the gay black woman, you know what I'm saying, it's still some fool shit on the underlying lining of it, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get to that in a little bit later in the podcast. So it's like the looting that happened at the beginning of the summer, I don't put all that on T. Lori, you know what I'm saying? You know, that was just the climate of the nation. I don't put that on her. When I'm talking about the crime of the city, I'm talking about just the overall, the carjackings, the murders, the shootings. Everything is up. You know what I'm saying? And it's up at a time when, you know, a lot of us were supposed to be on lockdown in the first place. So, you know what I'm saying? It would seem that you will already have somewhat of an advantage, because, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers is technically supposed to be on lockdown, but then again, the city still spirals out of control. So it's like all these plans that were put forth, are they really effective? You know what I'm saying? Just because you're progressive, and just because you're black, and just because you're a woman, and just because you're gay doesn't necessarily mean, you know what I'm saying, you know what's best for everybody, because you're a little bit of everybody. You know what I'm saying? That don't necessarily mean that you know what's right for everybody. And I think that might be the case of what we got going on here. like I said, Chicago was in the lockdown for a lot of time of the year, and just for the certain spikes in certain crimes is unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? And you can only hold the police to, so I only hold the police to so much, because I understand, you know what I'm saying, that at the end of the day, the police officers are just regular people, you know what I'm saying? So I don't hold them to like superhero, like army quality type, you know what I'm saying, responsibilities. But as far as the mayor holding the people that she lead, and I mean by the police, accountable, she hasn't been doing a good job at that neither. So it's like she failing at the street level, you know what I'm saying, with the crime and shit, and then she failing at the leadership level with the police and shit, you know what I'm saying? Not a diss track, you know what I'm saying? This is just to highlight the fact that she's not doing the job correctly, you know what I'm saying? She's not doing the job good enough at all, you know what I'm saying? She's actually doing a bad job. And like I said, this is not a diss track, and I love black women, and I will never try to bash no black woman on here, but if you're not getting the job done, you're not getting the job done. Chicago crime rate is 62% above the national average. In Chicago, you have 1 in 24 chance of being a victim of any crime. So it means anything. You can just walk outside and be the victim of any crime. You got 1 in 24 chance to be anything just happen to you just being in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? That's not a good job. That's not a job well done. You know what I'm saying? She's had plenty time. You know what I'm saying? And I seen her, you know, I always see her trying to do like cosmetic shit, and that shit always blow me with politicians who are elected to run the city, because they always quick to build up some cosmetic shit and fail to help the city, you know what I'm saying? To help the people in need, to help the places in need. They just quick to build some shit up, build some more skyscrapers and make the city look nice, but and fail to attack the real issue. Longfoot dropped the ball on crime and the crime fighters. You know what I'm saying? With the crime and all these wrong raids, like the wrong raid shit is out of control. And we're not even going, like, I ain't even got time to speak on the Eddie Johnson, police commissioner scandal. So it's like, it's always scandal and I feel like when you a public servant, once you have these scandalous actions and these events, you know what I'm saying, surrounding you, gotta step down, because you a public official, you represent us, and once you know what I'm saying, everybody is flawed, but once your flaw is showed like that, you gotta step down, because that's what happened to any other regular person, you know what I'm saying? And especially, you know what I'm saying, when it come down to this most recent wrong raid, these perverts had Anjanette Young naked on camera. You know what I'm saying? Everybody involved with that, I'm pretty sure you guys heard about it, but it was a wrong raid where the police bust into somebody's house thinking it was drugs and guns inside. It's a black older woman. She's a caseworker, and she just got off work. She butt naked. They bust in her crib. They don't even let her put her clothes on. You know what I'm saying? Everybody involved with this raid should be fired. Everybody from the person who signed the paper from the motherfucker who printed the paper should be fired. Because like I said, if it was any one of us, no cap, we would have lost our job too. You know what I'm saying? Including Lori Longfoot. Because that's unacceptable. And you know what I'm saying? And they should be fired 2 times. And they should probably be charged with some shit. Because I'm starting to feel like they some perverts or some type of weirdos. Because once you come in and you see who it is, you couldn't allow her to put her clothes on? Like, y'all trained professionals in whatever the fuck it is y'all do, you know what I'm saying? So y'all really felt that threatened that y'all had to handcuff a butt naked lady with some saggy titties? It was that much of y'all felt like she was that much of a threat? Well, that's the thing too, where I speak on how police are just scary in general, but that's a podcast for another day. But it's like shit like that. And this shit been happening. And it's another thing where it's like they tried to keep the shit under wraps. You know what I'm saying? Tried to keep the shit from coming out in the first place. Auntie Lori had been got emails about the situation. and she still failed to do the right thing. And that's fire everybody involved. The police, the sergeants, everybody who signed off on it, everybody who printed the paperwork, everybody who signed it, the judges, all that. Fired. It's 2020. My bad. It's 2021, season 2 of the No Cap Podcast. There's no reason why the police should be running in the wrong house. It's 2021. There's no reason why the police should be running in the wrong house. In 2021, the police should be able to see through the damn walls if they want to. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that is just unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? And I can't just say, like, all right, just fire the police officers. The mayor ain't got nothing to do with it, because she does. Because she was made aware of it. It been happened. And nothing's happened until CBS 2 exposed the story. Is that really who y'all want leading y'all? Is that who y'all want the mayor of y'all city to be? Lori Longfoot, I'm sure she's a nice lady. I'm sure she's sweet. I don't got nothing against gay people. I don't got nothing against black people. I don't got nothing against women. But as far as being the mayor of Chicago, she hasn't been doing a good job. And anybody that's been fired from a job knows what happens when you don't do a good job. And that's just no cap. We can't allow her to continue to fuck up just because she's gay, just because she's black, just because she's a woman. We gotta do better, Chicago. On Shorty, this bitch going down. And it don't look like it's going up on Shorty. I don't know who the right person for the job is, but she clearly isn't the right person for the job. And if I'm wrong, please reach out to me. My information is in the description of this podcast. But that's just something I want to speak on, because I feel like to an extent she's getting a pass because of all the stuff I mentioned earlier in the podcast. So it's like, if it was anybody else, would she still lasted this long? I don't think so. Especially if it was Chuy Garcia or Willie Wilson on Shorty. If any of this shit would have been happening when Chuy Garcia or Willie Wilson would have won office, they would have been gone. Especially Willie Wilson on Shorty, his ass would have been gone immediately. What? On Shorty, you ain't pay for your meal at Burger King, you're fired. On Shorty, I just feel like we ain't been holding Auntie Lightfoot to a high enough standard. You know what I'm saying? I feel like just because she's may have seemed progressive, and because she's black, and because she's gay, and because she's a woman, we've been letting shit slide. But shit in Chicago has been fucked up on Shorty. We done had different police commissioners, all type of shit, police reform. We need some mayor reform now. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this ain't no diss track. I'm never rooting for nobody to lose their job, but if you're not doing the job correctly, you know what I'm saying, you costing people their lives, you know what I'm saying, let somebody else try. And like I said, I don't know who it is. If you know who it is, reach out to me, you know what I'm saying, we can have you on a podcast, we can talk about it, and we can definitely brainstorm on some ideas and see what some other alternatives is. But as of right now, I think Lori Longfoot, I think she should step down as the mayor of Chicago immediately to help us out. Because right now the only thing you like the COVID-19 mayor, because you ain't fighting no crime. And right now we need a mayor that's gonna fight some of this crime, because we got babies that's trying to grow up, man, for real. And 1 out of 24 people don't need to be no victim of no crime, man, just walking out the damn door. And not the victim of any damn crime on Shorty. You ain't got shit to do with shit on Shorty. Yeah, so anybody who wanna reach out and possibly get on the part 2 of this podcast of Fire Mayor Lori Longfoot, reach out to me. My contact information is in the description of this podcast. This has been another installment of the No Cap Podcast. Thank you for listening. Make sure you subscribe and download so you can listen to my podcast when you ain't got shit else to do. You can also find the No Cap Podcast on Hidden City Radio Monday through Friday, 1:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. in a minute, gang.